Test.
Testing. Hello, hello.
Hey, everybody. I'm Donna Lee with the Armor Men's Health Show. Back to you this week again, where I get to interview all of our amazing providers. But this week, we have a very special guest. We haven't had him on for a really long time. We have Stephen Macenas.
Physician associate is the way we're saying it nowadays. You know, that's what the AAPA is talking about.
Thank you for joining us, Stephen.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, before I forget, we're all over Central Texas, you know.
Mm.
Do you go to all our locations?
I do. Dripping Springs, Round Rock, Lakeline, and South Austin. Catch
Perfect.
me everywhere.
That's right. And our phone number.
Watch out on I-835. You know, driving like crazy getting to work.
Our number during the week is 512-238-0762. And our website is armormenshealth.com, where you can submit questions that we'll answer anonymously. If you have a question for Stephen or any of our other providers, send it to armormenshealth.com. There's a little button that says submit your question here. So submit it there. So today, Stephen, I had some topics for you.
Oh, did people submit questions?
Yes, we always have lots of questions, but a question that we had a while back that I wanted to address with you. The patient asked if we have any holistic options for erectile dysfunction because he didn't want to start with, big pharma medications or procedures.
Understandably so.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I love that frame of mind coming in, because it is like, I like to think of it as almost like a vital sign. You know, as soon as that little guy down there starts to go, well, big guy down there starts to go, all right, we start looking, maybe something else is going on,
Yeah.
And when we're talking about erections, we're talking about blood flow, hormones, we're talking about the nerves going to the penis itself. Mm-hmm. And so here we look at every single one of those. We're seeing that it might not just be a pill and a Band-Aid to solve this issue. We should evaluate a little further. So, I mean, hormones, testosterone, and all your sexual hormones, it doesn't even have to be that testosterone's low. It could be too high. It could be that estrogen's out of whack. Your prolactin. That's what most people don't even know what a prolactin is,
I haven't heard of them checking that right.
Yeah, it's a huge part of libido in men. Yeah, so in females, you can kind of hear the word prolactin, for milk. It makes milk. And guys, that's not what it does. It's when out of whack, it can strongly affect your orgasm intensity and your drive in general. It's part of your dopamine cascade, interestingly enough.
Okay.
And that could even end up getting an MRI of your brain if that's out of whack. So you wouldn't know until you check. Next, we got blood flow. Obviously, the most important by far, I'd say. Making sure those pipes are stretchy, elastic, and can fill and empty efficiently. Mm-hmm. This is something we talk a lot about in clinic. And this is where most of the medications that we use act. We're talking about nitric oxide. And so this is released from your vasculature, and we can optimize that with nutrition, right? We look at omega-3 indexes pretty regularly here. We look to see what's your diet entail. Are you smoking? What are you doing? You should probably stop smoking. Are you smoking? You don't smoke, do you?
Nobody smokes.
Yeah, everyone's on the Zins nowadays. Throwing the lozenges. I don't think that helps either. That's a vasoconstrictor as well. I'm looking to see what the long-term dentists think of that. But
oh no.
Yeah, so we give a free nutritionist to everybody that comes through, because that's the other part. It's like you are what you eat, right? And that includes your big guy down there, like we said, right? So we're looking at folic acid, calcium, vitamin C, vitamin E, antioxidants, keeping the pipes clean. We got supplements, like he's probably looking at. This gentleman is probably talking about supplements, right? There are thousands. Where do you start, right?
Yeah.
We like to ask the smartest people I know, even here, and that would be our board certified surgical team, and they recommend Arterosil. Mm-hmm. This is technically a cardiac supplement, all right? But this works on the glycocalyx inside the wall lining of the vasculature itself to clean out all the gunk. That's where you accumulate the garbage.
So we like helping clear out the blood flow?
This is an oil change, right? That's what we like to say. We could make sure that they are efficiently stretching. And so that's our go-to number one. Mm-hmm. We can look at L-citrulline as well. This works again in the same pathways like the big pharma brands like Tadalafil, Sildenafil, Viagra, Cialis. And this is a supplement you can find over the counter. I would talk to your doctor about it before dosing, because this is not just working on the penis. This is working on everything. So if you're a low blood pressure person, then make sure you talk to someone first. But
yeah.
So we've got hormones, we've got nutrients, we've got, stop the smoking and the Zins. We've, got really just making sure you're moving and grooving every day. Exercise, it's a big part of this as well. Looking at the holistic side here. Nerves, right? Some people get low back pains that keep radiating down the legs. That definitely affects what's going on down there. If you're talking about lifting a box and you got a slip disc, you might have a nerve involvement. And we got some tests here that we can assess for sensation of the penis itself. Because what if that's the issue? You know, what if all the blood flow is fine, but there's no stimulus, right? And so there's a few more.
Like if you have an ugly wife, is that what you're saying?
Well, I was just going to say the next part is psychological. You know, stimulus is part of the problem for some people as well. Maybe stress at home is maybe the best way to say it, right? You come home from a long day of work, you know, your wife starts tickling your armpits or whatever else you're into nowadays, and that's not doing it for you anymore. That used to do it for you.
Did it?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, for this guy that submitted this question, did he say that? Well, so you know, this is where we have a sex therapist. Right? What if it's, you know, the brain-body connection, you know, undeniable. It's the mating ritual of a human being nowadays is pretty intense.
It is.
You know, you got to go to the bar till 2 a.m. You got to do the clubbing. You got to dance. You got to show off your watch. You got to swipe, whatever it is. And then at the end, you got to
do the thing.
Do the thing. You know, it's complicated. And I only got a couple minutes with you, unfortunately. But luckily,
imagine dating in 2026. It just sounds horrifying.
Oh, it's a war zone. It's a war zone out there.
I'm sure. Well, good to know. That's a lot of accurate information. Of course, you have to be seen by somebody to figure those things out. You can't just kind of do it on your own sometimes. So where can you reach us? At 512-238-0762, sir. So,
yeah.
Awesome. Do you want to talk about, I've been kind of chomping at the bit to get with you on this podcast because your medicinal marijuana line.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of changes recently in Texas for those who are not informed, right? Governor Abbott is very pro cannabis. I don't think a lot of people know that.
Is he? Because Dan Patrick's not.
He is. Well, Abbott has been pushing the pedal down. So he recently dramatically expanded the qualifying criteria for medical cannabis. That includes now PTSD, chronic pain, autism, some of the bigger diagnoses that cover a lot of the conditions people are seeking cannabis for. When people think of cannabis in urology, you know, we call this crossing streams. Where's the crossover, Stephen? How are you going to wrap this back around? Urology is a largely procedural practice, right? We do a ton of surgery, and that's mostly to get rid of all the bad guys, you know, cancer, the big ugly word, right? And so if you think that someone with cancer doesn't qualify for cannabis, like they got the worst deck of cards you can get. And you say that the government's going to come over and get involved? I mean, so we want to give them access maybe to control their pain, maybe their nausea and appetite with the chemo they're going through. And then downstream from the pain cascade, we're talking about sleep quality, you know? I mean, if I don't sleep for 2 days, I am a cranky guy, you know? And then if you told me I got to deal with, you know, going to radiation treatments on top of that, I'm going to be an extra cranky guy, you know? Yeah. And so I think they deserve, you know, the world and everything we can do for them. And that goes for the veterans as well. PTSD, I mean, that is they're redlining their stress hormones their entire time they're over there. And then they come back and they don't get treated. Their treatment protocols in the VA, no offense to them, is a little rigid, right? And so this would be just adjunctive therapy. Actually, on the veterans' website, it says, talk to your medical professional about medical cannabis. It's on the front page.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, check that out. So we have a lot of pelvic floor dysfunction here, right? Spasticity was one of the new diagnoses that Abbott approved of because it works tremendously well to help relax. And so we can help you participate more efficiently, maybe by taking your medicine first before you start your stretches, right? And so we have a wonderful pelvic floor physical therapist here, Cindy, who can talk to you more about that side of things. That affects erections, that affects urination, that affects pain. Some people have, in today's age, we're just blasting our face with blue light, sitting in front of a screen for 12 hours a day, looking at dots and ones and zeros and codes. All the classic presenters of pelvic floor dysfunction tend to be these like high-strung tech bros, not to avoid the slang there, but we see that quite a lot. And if your balls start hurting, first of all, you should come get checked just for that. But it might be a little bit of pelvic floor, which we can fix for you. I mean, there's no doubt data-backed exercises to make that better instead of going straight to pills. You know, don't be taking Tylenol every night. You know what that's doing to your liver?
That's hard on the liver.
Putting little holes in there. Putting little chunky cysts in there.
Get a little cannabis.
What kind of colors is your liver right now? Did you look at it recently?
So how do they get cannabis?
How do they get it? Well, we have Green Dreams Health, which I am affiliated with.
We had Dr.
Cedric
Dr.
DuPont.
Cedric DuPont. We've had him on the show before, so Google Dr. DuPont, DuPont, or Green Dreams, and Armor Men's Health, and that podcast will pop up. Okay, continue.
Absolutely, yeah, and he can go into a deeper detail about the endocannabinoid system. We do same day, 100% telemedicine appointments, cheapest in Austin, Texas. So if you're a Texas resident, and you have any of these qualifying conditions that we just mentioned here, we do a free consultation to you. 15 minutes on the phone might get that pain score down, might get you your first night's rest in months. But it's $15 a month or $150 for the year. Veteran discount, of course. And then we can always talk to you personally and make a deal.
Okay, cool. Good to know. And then the visit is how much?
Yeah, it's free until you get a card. We'll talk to you about it.
Oh, okay. So it's a free telemed.
Free telemed. Let's just talk about it and see if you qualify.
And they have to ask for you?
And then if you move forward with it, then of course we'll get you a card for $15 a month.
And tell me about, we did a site visit once. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so Texas Originals is probably where I would refer you. That is the pharmacy, if you think about it like that. We are the prescriber. We get you into the Texas Compassionate Use Program, and then we give them a prescription. Then they go to the pharmacy to pick up their medication. And so Texas Originals has now 5 locations around Austin, Texas. Each of them you can pick up the medication from. Yes, they're expanding quite dramatically.
Lovely.
And there they have PhD level microbiologists. Is that a word? Yes. I think it is. Yeah, but they're in white coats over there. This isn't the head shop with the dreads and the gauges, right? This is a guy, triple checking his lead criteria with the government breathing down his neck, right? Yeah. This is Abbott approved at this dispensary, one of 2, is allowed to distribute cannabis. Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I think they actually just expanded it to 5 total, but
No, that was such an impressive visit. I mean, everything was very clean and very detailed, and everybody was in their white outfits, and we had to wear nets and the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Nets and stuff. That was, I thought, very impressive. I don't particularly need cannabis, but I think that everybody should have access to it.
Yeah.
I don't understand the politician that can watch a baby or child have 100 seizures a day. They're given a little bit of cannabis that goes down to 0 seizures a day, and that person still says no. I don't understand that.
Absolutely right. It's too binary, right? I think there's just a little bit more to be talked about. I think a lot of the rules to make it Schedule 1, with Trump making it Schedule 3 pretty soon, right, would allow more medical research to be done on the different types of cannabis. I mean, your body is full of endocannabinoid receptors. It's the most prevalent receptor in the body, and so saying that this plant that touches all of them is illegal, it's kind of strange to me. But I say that maybe it's not first line defense, maybe it's not second, maybe it's not third, okay? But once you've reached the end of the medical model and still have a condition that's bothering you, maybe we keep looking, right? And that's where cannabis can come into play. And this would be adjunctive therapy with treatment of your primary care provider, right? We will be in touch with them, of course, the entire time, and making sure that they know what we're doing. They know about what medications you're taking, if they interact or not. And then, of course, full contact us anytime if you have questions along the way.
Gosh, we've come so far in the last 10 years.
I'm pumped. Yeah. I think we're going the right way. I got a little optimism in me still. I mean,
I think it's so exciting. There's so many more options. But you're right, it might not be first or second line of treatment, but it's an option that we'll talk to you about, within whatever the patient needs and at the patient's discretion. But I think the stigma is so far gone now, and I think people are so much more open to it, and why not, feel better?
Yeah, we're looking at the opioid issue from finally a 10,000 foot view and say, maybe that's not the first thing we should do, is make everybody go sleepy mode and get addicted to something. So if we can at least just lower the opioid burden, I think it's worth exploring for you. Post-operative pain management. We're talking about surgery to walk times. We're talking about, reported pain scores, which, it all can be moved a little bit to the left, I think, if we just, keep our mind open to the idea at least, right? And the literature's coming in, so keep an eye out. Right?
Awesome. What else can we chat about regarding cannabis, medical cannabis?
Medical cannabis, right? So the logistics is one thing. We kind of talked about, you get a prescription from us and go to the dispensary, but it is worth a chat with them because it dives deep. We're talking about CBD and CBG and CBN. Okay, and the list of different cannabinoids goes on for quite some time. So a little fun fact to remember, maybe some of the differences. You've all heard of CBD. That's mostly like the pain and inflammation pathway, right? CBG, G is for jitters, right? And this is the anxiolytic side of things. This is to keep you from having that panic attack what you had in high school when you smoked underneath the bleachers in the football game, right?
Everyone's started with a J.
Yeah, well, G's for jitters, all right? I think you need to look that one up. Can you look that one up? Where do we have perplexity around here somewhere? Where's my AI to tell me if I'm speaking my words correctly? CBN, nighttime.
No.
Yeah, that's a sleepy one, right? That one makes you get a good night's rest.
That's what Casey and I need.
And then it keeps going, right? And then when we start talking about the ratios between these, and then of course how you do medications and how maybe first and second line don't work for you, but they work for your friend, or the cholesterol medications. How many different statins are there? There's like 15 now or something. I can't keep up, right? And they all do the same thing, slightly different, right? And so that's the same idea. So this is where we start talking to those guys in the white coats we mentioned earlier, molecular biologists. They'll tell you which one's the best for you. You come in there and say, I got this hip pain.
So explain that process though. You prescribe it.
Yes,
and then do you, at your stage of prescribing, you decide if it's CBD, CBG, or CBN, or that's when they go to the white coat guys at Texas Originals and that person decides?
We work in tangent with the Texas Originals team. Okay. We try to localize your prescription for what you've talked about with us. If it needs to be adjusted slightly based on what Texas Originals says, then of course, right? There is a stock of inventory on the shelf. And so we're not going to make a recommendation for kiwi strawberry versus blueberry pomegranate, all right? But I will make a recommendation for the 1-to-1 CBD to THC ratio because I think that's what you need for the pain you reported, when you're low back, that's non-operable, right? Like that case especially, right? If surgery is no longer an option, soaking someone with opioids, I don't think is the next best one, right? And so
agreed.
That person, I think, it's worth a talk.
Super. Well, that was fascinating. How do people get in touch with you?
I would go to Green Dreams Health. Our phone number's on there. You can call or text that number, and we will get back to you immediately. There's also a way to schedule yourself. All the availabilities are on there with either me, Stephen Macenas, or Dr. Cedric DuPont, anesthesiologist.
Awesome. And then if they want to see you as a patient for their urology issues.
Absolutely. I'd love to have you for fertility, for cancer management, for, everyone at the baseball games peeing faster than you. Come get checked out, hormone management, we got a pretty good peptide program here. I mean, that's I think the now of medicine rather than the future medicine at this point in time. Everyone's heard about peptides. Come make an appointment on our website.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add, Stephen?
I think this is great. I'd love to come back again and keep talking.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have you back on a regular basis because I'm going to cycle through the providers.
Perfect.
So we'll get you back on once a month or so, and we'll talk about more Stephen stuff.
Ooh.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Stephen, for joining me today. And you can visit our website again, armormenshealth.com. We're in Round Rock, North Austin, South Austin, and Dripping Springs. Our phone number during the week is 512-238-0762. And tune in for more podcasts in the very near future with the fabulous Stephen Macenas, y'all.
See you guys.
Perfect.